back. October 25th. Today, a show after my own heart. National Greasy Food Day. That's right. It makes me feel like a throwback to my old show on Healthy Eats. For those of you that remember that show. Anyway, so today I was like, okay, what do you do for Greasy Food Day? I mean, the greasiest food day I probably ever had was when I did that deep fried fast food burger. Man, that was good, but greasy. So it's got to be something fried, right? If it's Greasy Food Day, it's got to be fried. It's got to be, chicken or French fries or something, right? Something fast foody. And not like a whole meal either, because you don't want to be sick afterwards. Something that you can kind of pick on and try and give a try and see what it is. Well, that's what we're doing today. You know how there's tons of those like really quick video things you see on Facebook and stuff. It's like a minute and they say, hey, make this, and it's some kind of snacky appetizer thing. Well, that's what we're doing today. I had seen a while ago a thing for two of my favorite greasy food things put together. Onion rings and mozzarella sticks. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to do onion ring mozzarella sticks. I've been dying to try this one for a while. I saw this video a long time ago. I saw it posted and shared all over the place a bunch of times. So when I saw Greasy Food Day, I said, you know what, today's the day. We got to try it, right? We got to see if it's good or not. There's a little bit of prep into this one because you have to obviously prep your onions and your mozzarella cheese, and then we'll come back and do all our frying part later. But this you have to prep it and get it into the freezer. And I'm assuming that's because you want the mozzarella cheese to be cold or almost frozen. So when you go to fry it, it doesn't melt right away. It gives the onion a chance to cook first. And then as it slowly starts to defrost and melt, you'll still have that cheese in there. Otherwise, you'll lose all the cheese. And then what's the point? You might as well just make onion rings, right? All right, so let me get started on the prep. There's a little trick, I think, to this too. So I'm going to see if I can figure that out, and maybe we can figure it out together. Alrighty, be right back. Okay, so you start by cutting the two ends of your onion off, a nice big onion, and then you just want to peel the first couple layers off, like the papery layer. You want to make sure you get all of that off, because you don't want to eat that as an onion ring, okay? You're going to take your onion and try to get like 3 nice sized slices. You want to cut it kind of thick. So that way you have, just trying to even it out here. So that way you have like a kind of uniform onion ring, but you want it to be somewhat thick too. I mean, you don't want, a thin little ring, because then it's not going to be as much fun putting the cheese in there, So you make like 3 nice size rings, okay? Now, here's the tricky part. I saw them do this, and then they just took it all apart. They had all these, onion rings that they went to stuff them later. Now, obviously everybody knows there's rings to the onion. If you take it apart carefully, what you want to do is kind of, to make it easier, I think, you basically are going to put an onion, mozzarella cheese in between 2 onion rings that are going to sit. Let me just get this apart, and then I'll show you what I mean. Alright, so there I separated my rings here. Now, separating your rings isn't necessarily as easy as you think either. You kind of got to play with it. But anyway, let me see if I can explain this now. Now, you separate your onion, all the rings are coming off. Now, the idea is, let's say these are let me get the smaller ones here. Okay, so here's your, let's say 3 rings in a row. You know what I mean? This all was part of the onion. So you have 1, 2, 3 rings. Now the idea is you're going to put the mozzarella in between 2 rings that you push together. So if you kind of keep them all together so you know which one fits into this, if you have your 3 rings, you're obviously going to take out the middle one, and then you're going to put your cheese between the other 2. You know what I mean? Got it? Something like that? Did I explain it right? So anyway, that's what I'm going to do. Let me start pairing these off first to make sure I have enough for each one, and then we'll be right back. So we got about, 3, 6, 9, 10, about 11 onion rings. That's enough for Greasy Food Day. and they're of varying sizes, okay? So now what you're going to do is take your sliced mozzarella, and you're going to try to measure out the thickness of your onion ring to slice that, okay? So it's about that thick, and then just use that as your guide. It's probably a 3-way slice there, okay? Take your onion rings. You have the two now. One sits inside the other. You're going to put your mozzarella. This looks actually a little wider than it actually is. Let me just thin that because we don't want it sticking out the sides. Okay, and you're just going to put this all on the inside of your ring. Okay, so there you go. Can you see? You got a ring, you got a ring of cheese, and a ring. Okay, you're going to do that with all of these. Put them onto a cookie sheet or a plate or something into your freezer for an hour, and then we'll come back and do the fun part, which is frying. Alrighty, see you in a bit. Alrighty, so our onion rings are out of the freezer. It's time to start our frying. Okay, you're going to do your traditional fry: flour, egg, breadcrumbs. Okay, these are nice and solid and frozen. Okay, so into your flour first. Just spread those. Whoops, watch they don't fall apart. Okay, just flour those. Then into the egg. I'm trying to keep it together because the center one popped out. The center onion. Okay, into the egg. Then into your breadcrumbs. I'm using seasoned panko, so that way it's got this extra crispiness to it. Okay, just try to coat them as best you can. Then go back to the egg. This is a double dipper. Okay, and then back to the breadcrumbs. And now you got this really breadcrumbed onion ring into the oil. Okay, into your hot oil. Make sure your oil is not too hot, because then what will happen is the outside will brown and darken too quick before the inside is actually cooked. You want to make sure your onion is cooked and your mozzarella starts melting. But if your oil is too hot, you're going to burn the outside. Okay, so that's what you do. We'll be back when we have a plate of these. Make sure you got some paper towel ready. It is Greasy Food Day, so we're going to need to drain some of that grease on a paper towel. Alrighty? How about that? Crazy, right? It's crazy. It's crazy. Some of them look like bombs. The smaller ones look like these onion bomb kind of things. But anyway, let's just pick one out of here. Let's take this big ring. And we're just going to try them. I promise you we're not going to eat all of these today, because that would be definitely the definition of unhealthy eats. But we are going to try them, and we definitely want to try them. Let me see if I can cut one open and see the thing with onion rings is sometimes you get the onion part. I don't see a lot of cheese in this one. Hey, I think a lot of the cheese went out of this one. Let's see. It's an experiment, so you got to see. There's a little bit of cheese in there. Let's see. I think it's the onion ring. A cheesy onion ring. I gotta get one with more cheese in it. That's probably one of these bombs. That's better. You can see the layer of the onion and the cheese, right? The only thing is with onion rings and this project, this is why I said you got to make sure about your oil not being too hot, because then the outside cooks first. That's the one thing about onion rings that drives me crazy, is that sometimes the onion isn't cooked enough, for me anyway. I like a really well done onion. Sometimes I pull the onion out of the onion ring and eat just the breading. That's me. That's why I like the onion rings that have the minced onion, and I guess they form a certain, you know, the fast food kind. Anyway, really tasty. It would make a nice little garnish on like a steak or something. You know, like sometimes you get an onion ring when you go out to eat and you have a steak, and you get an onion ring on a steak as your garnish. This one would definitely work. I mean, it's good. I'm not wowed by it. But it definitely is greasy. Greasy food day, everybody. Get your grease on. However you want to. You don't have to do these. It's a lot of work for what it is. Not, oh my god, these are the most amazing things ever. But it's always fun to try them. Alrighty? We'll see you tomorrow, everybody.